Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to the video. My name is Saumil Shah, and I have a pleasure that I have finally completed it. Basically, I have created a ETL script or data migration script from MySQL to Elasticsearch from scratch. No, basically, I no Logstash, nothing. I wrote the entire script by myself. Just gotta show you the script. I've been working really very hard from last entire night on this. So here you can see that's the entire 120 150 line of code, efficiently written, like with classes, object oriented, and stuff like that. So to kind of walk you how I came up with this, this the script and this and that. So I gotta explain you the my approach, what I was thinking. So I'm gonna kind of actually open notes. So basically, this video is about uploading data into Elasticsearch. So basically, uploading data to Elasticsearch from MySQL without Logstash from scratch, writing code from scratch. Okay. So I'm gonna open that. Okay. Hopefully, yeah, I have battery in my pencil. That's pretty good. So what I wanted to do is basically, if I see that my first goal was basically, my first thing that I wanted to do is basically, first of all, wanted to make sure that I have all the libraries and necessary. So what I did is basically I installed MySQL, Elasticsearch, all of that was done. Second, I developed a class called as settings. This class basically takes all the settings related to MySQL, Elasticsearch, and etc etc. So that's a class settings basically, which would take all the arguments that I would be defining there. After that, I would have a class called as MySQL, which would basically, the job of this class is basically, it takes a query and it has to execute that. Okay, that's the class. The fourth class was Elasticsearch class. Of course, as the name suggests, thing it would do related to Elasticsearch. And then I had a main function where I was just calling all of these classes. Now the approach was something like this. So we have this database, right? That's the MySQL database. So first of all, I wanted to do a count here to know how what's the total number of records. So in this case, let's say I have 6,500 records. What I did is basically the user has to define a batch size. So basically, in one go, how many records you wanna take from the MySQL, right? So basically, let's say the batch size is 100. So if the batch size is 100, so the total number of pages would be 6500 divided by 100, which would be 65 pages or 65 iterations. Now that's that. Now what I did is basically, for each iteration, I created a query, like a pagination query. So I created a pagination query. So basically, the pagination, I had to show you, if I want to show you, actually I'm going to show you the code. Okay, so kindly take it easy. Let me just walk you through everything. So that's the pagination. Yeah, that's the pagination query. So basically, that's basically select everything from that db x.x, and then you would say the here it would be the page, basically the page number, and then the offset. So I basically created an array of queries. Okay, I did that. Now what I did is basically, for each array, for query in queries, that is this guy right here, for each of that, what I want to do is I want to execute that query, then transform the data, execute the query, transform the data, and then push to Elasticsearch. Okay, this is really big. Like, I mean, not big, I'm saying, but because the reason I created it from scratch, I did not use Logstash or any other pipelines. I wanted to define my own pipelines, and that's the reason. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of the idea. Of course, my end goal was here, to understand MySQL a little better. What I wanted to do here is, I have my database here, MySQL. This is one of the best thing you can do. MySQL, you would have a cron job, which would uh, take the data in batches. You would push the data in the batches into the pipe or into the broker. Here you would be having your workers. The workers would basically take that batch data and they would process and again put it to the elk stack. Okay, that's kind of the architecture I wanted to do. So here you would use Celery. Everything would be in a Docker container, state of the art, right? But yeah, if you want to make, so that's the thing, you cannot like design stuff if you use like, I mean, you have to know how to build your own custom pipelines, right? So let's get started, man. Want to walk you through all of that. First part, all the imports, right? Settings class, basically, which defines all the settings related to MySQL and Elasticsearch. This is the MySQL class, has a simple method called execute. All we do is connect to the database, right? Connect to the database, create a cursor object, execute that cursor. Let me go that one. Execute that cursor, we get the result and we yield it. Remember yield, that is because we are creating a generator object. We don't want to, because when you use generator, it's more efficient, memory efficient, remember that. So I don't want to like return the entire big array. So instead I'm saying yield. Elasticsearch, basically a class has a simple bulk API. It takes the host and all of that from the settings class. So you inject the settings instance there. That's the main. That's where you want to see what's going on behind the hood. Batch size, table name on the MySQL, database name, total records initially set to 0. It's just a counter. Settings, we create a settings, right? So I'm basically counting how many whatever like records are there. So the total number of records I updated into this variable. Once I've done that, I create that pagination array. So all that array of pagination. Once you do that, I grab all the column names from that. Of course, I transform the column name into appropriate. Then for each query, I update the SQL query into the settings app. Then what I do is basically I execute that. I basically get the data by using a keyword next, convert that into a pandas data frame, convert that into a JSON, updating the JSON into Elasticsearch appropriate data transformation, and then essentially uploading into the Elasticsearch. And I have a break statement. It does for like 10. So that's the entire code. It's pretty amazing. I have tested out everything, and I'm gonna show you. Otherwise, you'll be like, yeah, he's just like talking, right? So let's show you. So I have a database here, Netflix. I'm gonna get rid of that. Delete Netflix. Okay. Now I actually want to show you a MySQL stuff also. That saying that I'm not lying, right? So so that's the MySQL. If you see, we have all the records in the MySQL, right? Now I wanna basically put that into cat slash indices. I want to put everything into last. I don't have an index, right? All I gotta do is just run my ATL job, and yeah, running the job. So if you see now, I have Netflix here. Um, get Netflix search. All the records are there, like 10, because I have a break statement. Remember that. Yeah, I have a break. If you remove the break, you'll be working fine. So that's it for this video. All I want to say is nothing is impossible, right? If you put in the hours, if you put in the time, I think you can really create wonders with programming, because programming allows you to like create anything you want. All you gotta do is just sit and put your ideas into language. I mean, whatever you want to do, right? So hope you guys have enjoyed it. As usual, keep smiling, keep coding. This code is there on my GitHub account, as well as it would be there on my blog section. I would leave all the links in the description, so kindly check them out. As usual, thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions, concerns, anything, let me know by doing that in the comment section below. Maybe when I have time, what I will do is I would dockerize the entire like what do you call this? I would dockerize everything, do a Celery task and a backend worker, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I would do that later on. But yeah, eventually after this, I also wanna like develop an events-based system. So anything, if any record is added on the MySQL, a real-time event would be sent to Elasticsearch. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I want to create everything from scratch, right? I don't want to use any plugins and stuff. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.